Today I want to show you how to know if a guy likes you. How do you know when you meet a guy and when you're on a first date with a guy, and maybe even when you meet a man in your social circle and you think to yourself, wow, this man is amazing. How do you know if he likes you? The first sign is that he gets nervous in your presence. And it doesn't really matter if you meet him in a social environment. If you, for example, go out with friends and one of your friends introduces this guy to you, and the moment he sees you, he starts stuttering and he goes like, oh, hello, my name is John. What's your name? And he acts a little bit nervous. Or if you are already on the first date with a guy and he plays with the table, he plays with his hat, if he wears a hat, or he plays with his scarf and he's just fumbling around everywhere because he's nervous. If he's nervous in your presence, it's a clear sign that he really, really likes you. Otherwise, he would be just laid back and cool. Everything's okay. I don't care. But when a man is in the presence of a woman he really likes, and I'm speaking of experience here, then we behave like complete idiots. We just act nervous and we don't know how to behave. It's a clear sign that he likes you. And if he gives you a compliment and he does something else after he gives you the compliment, I mean, when a guy just gives you a compliment, for example, a coworker says that your new jacket looks nice, then it's not a clear sign that he likes you. But what if he gives you a compliment and after he gave you the compliment, he looks at you like a puppy that's waiting for approval? Then he really likes you because he hopes deep inside, please smile, please give me a smile, please give me a sign that you also like me. If he shows this behavior, then he's really into you, especially when you just meet a guy and he gives you a compliment. Maybe he even approaches you at a bar and he tells you that you look beautiful, and then he waits for your response. So if you want to find out if this guy really likes you, you can play a little game. I know it's really, really mean, but it works really well. If you just wait with your response for 1 or 2 seconds after he gave you the compliment, so just for 1 or 2 seconds, you look at him without saying, oh, thank you, and without smiling, and you see how he then gets nervous during this time, then he really likes you because he's waiting for your response. He can't wait for your smile. He wants you to smile. And another clear sign that he likes you is when he asks you out. It's really that simple. When a guy asks you out, when a guy asks you out on a date, then he likes you. And sometimes it's not so clear because sometimes men don't ask women out in a direct way because they are too afraid of rejection. So instead of saying, hey, do you want to go to the movies with me? Or hey, do you want to meet me at this bar at this time? Instead, he will be, so, are you free this Saturday? I mean, just if you don't have anything else to do, we could maybe, I know this one restaurant. And you think to yourself, what does this guy want? Does he want friendship or does he want more? I promise you, if he acts like this, he wants more. And another way to know if a guy likes you is when he does what you want him to do. For example, if you want him to pick you up from somewhere and he does it, that's a clear sign that he likes you. Because we men, we are biologically programmed to protect and care for the women that we like and love. So if there's anything you want him to do for you and he immediately says, yes, I do it, that's his protective instinct and his caring instinct that says, yep, I'm gonna help my woman. And believe me, if you watch the video in the description and you'll discover how to make any man devoted to you, not just like you, but really devoted to you, you will have the power to make any guy like you. And yes, even the ones who didn't like you before. And what if he tries to sit next to you or stand next to you? That's also a clear sign that he likes you. Let's say, for example, you are out with friends and you are at a bar and there's this guy who comes closer and closer and closer and closer. For some reason, he always stands next to you and it seems a little bit weird. You think to yourself, that's strange that he's always right next to me. He might just be too afraid to talk to you, but I promise you, this is not a coincidence. And especially if you meet a guy in a social circle, or maybe you're even out with friends and there's this one guy that you have a crush on and you're not quite sure if he sees you as a friend or as more. if he does everything in his power to sit next to you, to always be next to you, to always walk next to you, and to start a conversation with you when you're going out with a group of friends, then I promise you that he likes you. And if he comes closer and closer during the conversation, let's say you're talking to a guy, no matter if you're talking with him on the street or at the cafe or at a bar, and he comes closer and closer, this means that he wants to break the touch barrier. He's not quite there yet because he might still be too nervous, but he's definitely on his way. He wants to show you that he likes you, that he's interested in you. And another way to tell if a guy likes you is when he asks you deep questions, when he wants to find out more about your relationship with your parents, your relationship with your family, your plans for the future. And I know that some guys are absolutely terrible at that. As a German, I always call it the German job interview style. When a lot of guys ask you, what do you do? Where you live? Where do you study? Where do you work? Which is of course for you extremely annoying. But please forgive him, he tries his best. Most men really believe that the German job interview style is a way to impress women, but of course it's not. But maybe you are lucky and you're on a date with a guy who learned how to ask deep questions, and he asks you in an interesting way about your future goals, about your past, about what you want to achieve in life, about your relationship with your friends and family. And no, he doesn't do it because he's a spy and he wants to find out everything about you. He does it because he wants to connect with you, and he wants to signalize with his behavior that he really likes you, because that's why he makes such an effort to find out more about you. And what if you're texting with him and he sends you a lot of these wink, wink, winky, wink smileys and a lot of laughing smileys? This means that he really likes you. Because men often send laugh smileys and wink smileys because we desperately try to flirt and we sometimes fail miserably. But still, if he sends you a lot of laughing smileys and a lot of wink wink emojis, then it's a clear sign that he likes you. And what if he tries to hold intense eye contact with you? What if he really tries to look you in the eyes? Then he also likes you. And if a man is not that confident, if he's a little bit nervous, then he might try to hold eye contact. But whenever you look back at him, then he looks to the ground because he can't take the pressure. So in this situation, he also likes you. He just can't show it in such an intense way. But if you're on a date with a very confident man and he holds intense eye contact, then it's a clear sign that this guy likes you. And what if he desperately, and I really mean desperately, tries to make you laugh? If a guy tries to play the entertainer, this means that he really likes you, especially if you have the feeling that he's trying too hard. And in this situation, it's up to you if you forgive him for his behavior. A lot of guys just try to do this because they want to date you, they want to attract you, they want to show you, hey, I'm making an effort, I want to impress you, please laugh at my jokes. And I know it can sometimes be a little bit desperate, but believe me, if he does that, he likes you. And what if he's ready to skip meetings and to even say no to appointments with his friends? Then he's really into you. This means that he really, really likes you. And I don't really think that it's a good idea, because I believe that no matter if you're a woman or if you're a man, you shouldn't treat your friends like that. And you also shouldn't treat your career like that. But if he does that, then it's a clear sign that he likes you. And another way to tell if a guy likes you is when he tries to break the touch barrier, and it might get a little bit awkward. There's this invisible touch barrier on every date. It's the first time you touch. And usually it's the man who initiates this touch. So he's on a date with you. He's already nervous because he tried to make you laugh. And yeah, you laughed at some of his jokes, but sometimes you were thinking, that's weird. So now he's a little bit nervous. And he wants to touch you. He wants it so bad. But he doesn't know how. He doesn't know where to start. He doesn't know if he should touch your arm, if he should touch your hand. And as a result, he might touch you in an awkward way. And it can be a little bit weird when a man tries to break the touch barrier. But believe me, if he tries to break the touch barrier, then he really likes you. And if he tries to impress you with his accomplishments, his job title, or maybe even with his brand new car, Yeah, please don't be offended by his behavior. He doesn't want to buy you, he just doesn't know it any better. It's the cringiest thing that a guy could possibly do. But unfortunately, so many men still believe that that's the way to impress women. So yes, prepare yourself for the cringe party. And I hope that you don't want to make him cringe on your first date. I'm sure that you want to make him fall in love with you on the first date. And I'm also sure that you want to give him the impression that you are the woman of his dreams. And I promise you, he will see you as this woman if you do what my Skype coaching clients are already doing. I help women just like you to accomplish this. And if you want, you can check out the second link in the description and inquire for your first Skype coaching session with me. I would really love to help you. And I would also love it if you don't burst out laughing when his face turns into a big, big smile the moment you show up. Because when a man smiles when you show up, this means that he really, really likes you because he's excited and he's happy to be around you. And what if he pretends to be interested in the things that you're interested in, even though he might not be really interested in them? This is also a clear sign that he likes you. This is one of the easiest ways to know if a guy likes you. And I will also reveal a sneaky little technique how you can make him suffer for it in a nice way. He will enjoy it. And this can again be really funny because, for example, when you're on a date and let's say, just as an example, you are into horse riding and you just know the way he talks about this topic, that he's never seen a horse from close distance and that he's never been on a horse. But he says, oh yeah, I love horse riding too. Of course, he tries to impress you because he wants to let you know that he really likes you. And this is just a desperate attempt to show that he's really, really interested in you. So don't be angry at him. Instead, have fun with it. You can even punish him by inviting him on a horseback ride and then have a good laugh. And if you watch the video in the description to the very end, you will know exactly how to make him so devoted to you that he will even sit on a horse for you, even if he's terribly afraid of it. And if you enjoyed watching this video, if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section below. Share your opinion, share your thoughts. I would love to hear from you. And I would love it even more if you would hit the subscribe button and smash that notification bell so that you get notified whenever I release a new video for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video.